It's Derby week, and we are gearing up for the big one on Saturday, which feels like if we win, we will win the title. In today's video, we'll discuss all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. That includes some shock SPFL news that will impact Celtic. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we do get into today's video, as always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Former Celtic striker Chris Sutton has called out Rangers manager Philippe Clement for being ironic following his comments in an exchange with Celtic's Brendan Rodgers. The verbal sparring comes ahead of the crucial fourth derby of the campaign between the Glasgow rivals at Parkhead this Saturday, where Celtic could nearly secure the Scottish Premiership title with a win putting them ahead by 6 points with 6 left to play for. Rodgers had lightheartedly mentioned that his team was going to have fun in the upcoming derby, a comment that seemed to irritate Clement, who retorted the following day, "We're going to have fun also." This response did not sit well with Sutton, who viewed it as unnecessary and somewhat childish given the context. The former Celtic striker and now Sky Sports pundit said on its All Kicking Off podcast, "I think Glasgow is getting to Big Phil, as it gets to everybody who plays or works in the city. It's a goldfish bowl. It's tense, but he also made a couple of reasonable points." He said they were behind when they came in by 7 points and now it's 3, but they did not have it in their hands. Rangers lost to Ross County and dropped points to Dundee. Clement had criticised Rodgers' comments as disrespectful and claimed he would never have said such a thing about an opponent, only to mirror Rodgers' sentiment about having fun. Sutton found this particularly ironic, saying, "What was remarkably petty is that Philippe Clement said it was disrespectful towards his team and that he would never say that to an opponent." He then went out and did the interview with Sky and said that they were also going to have fun. You couldn't quite make it up. It just adds a bit more spice to a game that doesn't need any more spice. Just a quick one, boys and girls, to tell you that we have a new drop available on our website. We have the Brendan Rodgers Pope tee along with the Celtic Ultra t-shirts. Do browse the collection by going down to the link in the description or going to celticapparel.com. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. The Scottish Premiership is posed for a significant shift in its television broadcast landscape, starting from the 2024-25 season, with the potential for it to get even greater. Sky Sports has extended its contract to show live Premiership games until 2029, increasing its annual coverage from 48 to 60 matches. However, the SPFL is further broadening its media presence by tendering an additional 20-game package, potentially diversifying the platforms through which fans can watch football. SPFL Chief Executive Neil Doncaster revealed that the league had received multiple bids for the new package during a BBC Radio Scotland interview. "We have the ability to take a further 20 games to market. We're currently in that process at the moment. We issued an invitation to the tender that's gone out to various broadcasters and we're working through the responses. It went out 2 weeks ago, we had a couple of rounds of bidding and we had a closing date yesterday. We'll be working through that over the next couple of weeks." He continued, "Sky will have the first picks. Sky, who currently have 48 games from the summer, will have up to 60 games. They have the first pick in each fixture round." Potential bidders for the new package include Amazon, who recently excited the English Premier League broadcasting scene, DAZN, known for its extensive sport coverage in Europe, and Premier Sports, who hold domestic cup rights and are making their UK comeback. TNT/Discovery is also mentioned as a possible contender. Of course, BT Sports, who rebranded to TNT, previously held the rights. Doncaster said, "We love for Apple and Google to be bidding aggressively for our rights, but we're not quite in that space. Amazon are going to be out of the English Premier League market. They didn't succeed in the recent Premier League auction. Other potential bidders, you've got DAZN, who by volume are one of the biggest sports broadcasters in Europe. You've got Premier Sports, who currently have the cup rights. You've got the likes of TNT and Discovery. There are certainly people out there who may be short of football content who may have an interest." Following this, the Scottish Premiership currently doesn't have a competition sponsor in place for next season, with car retailer Cinch pulling out of their deal with the SPFL at the end of the current campaign. Cinch signed a 5-year deal with the league in 2021, but it was announced last year that they would be ending the agreement after 3 seasons, as there was right to due to a clause in the contract. The sponsorship is reported to be worth £1.6 million per year to Scottish clubs, so it is crucial that something is lined up in good time. Thankfully, SPFL Chief Executive Neil Doncaster is hopeful of having a new brand installed as a title sponsor in the time for the 2024-25 season. It could see it be worth even more to Celtic and the rest of Scottish football than the previous deal. I'm not going to tell you when, but I'm optimistic that we will have a sponsor in place for next season. Brendan Napier is a director of football marketing. That has been one of the inventions that Ron Gordon, God bless him, brought to the table. He was keen that we should work together to try and maximise sponsorship, The Scottish FA, the SPFL and the SWPL all work together, we pull much of our inventory. When asked if the new contract could be worth more than the one with Cinch, Doncaster responded, "I'm certainly hope so, but I'm not going to give it away. You don't announce it until you have something to announce, but I am hopeful that will be the case." Celtic goalkeeper Joe Hart opened up at a difficult moment earlier in the season when even Santa Claus wasn't spared from frustration of Celtic fans. The incident which saw Santa booed at half-time during a disappointing loss to Hearts marked a low point for the team. The Hoops trailed the Jambos 2-0 heading into the break and had no reply in the second 45. However, Hart is heartened by the significant turnaround the team has achieved since that game. "Obviously I didn't want Santa getting booed that day," Hart said, recalling the incident with a chuckle. Despite the humorous undertone, the sentiment reflected the seriousness of the fans' discontent at the time. "But we got booed, and damn right, we didn't perform well that day and Hart has put us to bed," he admitted to Football Scotland. Since that disheartening performance, Celtic has made substantial progress, recently exacting revenge with a commanding victory over Hearts. This win not only avenged their previous defeat, but also solidifies Celtic's strong position in the ongoing title race, where they can put themselves 6 points clear, with 6 to play for with a win in the Glasgow derby on Saturday. But that happens sometimes, and it's important that we put ourselves in a good place at the right time, Hart explained. With Hart preparing to hang up his gloves at the end of the season, his Celtic teammates are hoping that they can all contribute to a League and Scottish Cup win, which will see him ride out into the sunset. Ange Postecoglou has made a notable impact in his first Premier League season with Tottenham Hotspur, surpassing the early records of other distinguished managers. Despite a series of challenging fixtures that resulted in 4 losses from the last 5 games against top teams like Newcastle, Arsenal, Chelsea and Liverpool, Spurs have maintained their position in 5th place. This statistic places them in a promising spot to secure European competition next season, an achievement that underscores a positive direction in which Postecoglou is steering the team. Particularly impressive is a statistic from Sky Sports highlighting Postecoglou's performance compared to his peers Mikel Arteta of Arsenal and Jurgen Klopp of Liverpool after their first 35 Premier League games. Postecoglou has amassed 60 points, which is more than Arteta's 50 and Klopp's 58 during the same period in their respective tenures. When you take into account that Spurs lost their captain and top goal scorer late in the summer transfer window, it makes it all more impressive for Ange. Harry Kane has 43 goal involvements this season at Bayern. This comparison not only highlights Postecoglou's adaptation to the demands of the Premier League, but also his potential to elevate Spurs further with more time and investment. As Spurs look ahead to the upcoming match against relegation threat in Burnley, there is an optimistic outlook that the team can return to winning ways and finish the season strongly. Celtic fans, what did you make of what we discussed in today's video and the news surrounding the Scottish Premiership? Let us know down in the comment section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video, guys. As always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Remember, we have released our brand new Celtic t-shirts. You can find them at celticpower.com or just go down to the link in the description. Thank you, take care, bye bye.